Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. And this video in particular, some of the newcomers welcome, and also welcome back to my channel, but even some targeted folks who I know are targeted may not believe what I'm going to tell with you and what I'm going to share with you, okay? But this is what happens to me in rural Kentucky. This is why I hate Kentucky. I have learned to hate Kentucky because the people here are so sick. The Fusion Center operatives, InfraGard, the people that are targeting me are so depraved, so sinister, so evil. You have no idea the level of evil until I tell you what happened today and what's happened in the past. But I'm going to back up a little bit. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. When I lived in New Jersey, 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, Northfield Estates, a home I lived in for 30 years as original owner, I renovated that house top to bottom, beautiful, so that it would resell. And of course, it was vandalized to the tune of $300,000. But during that time, I was caring for a lot of feral cats outside, and I rescued so many. I brought them into my house to socialize them, knowing that I was going to move, and I wanted to take them all with me because the national feral cat cartel wouldn't help. I did reach out to them. Everybody knows who they are. If you're an animal rescue, feral cat cartel, you know, the one in Maryland, everybody knows who they are. They're the one who calls stray cats, feral cats, community cats. Yeah, like the community really wants all these cats and takes care of them. But anyway, I'm going to get sidetracked here. So, I rescued 3 sisters. They were so cute, little orange sisters. And there was a photo contest, and I photographed them. And the photo was absolutely adorable. There's no way that it couldn't have won something. As soon as I submitted it, one of the criminals came in and killed one of those cats. Her name was Cherry. Cherry is in my Targeted Pets Facebook page, which, by the way, is almost 7 years old at this point. And for the record, I originally named it Targeted Pets. So if you see Targeted Pets anywhere else, like on one of the recent podcasts that's created by a targeted female who knows damn well I created Targeted Pets, or there's some other website that says Targeted Pets, I'm the one that created it, okay? Just saying for the record. So this is why I've been remiss at posting photos of my animals, because they are beautiful. I want to share it with you. I want everybody to see what it's like to raise animals, and you need to see that a targeted person can raise animals and care for them, and how to do it, how they do it. And I waited a while to post the photo of my beautiful little orange buff Orpington, my little buff girl, and her 4 little black babies, right? 2 of which I think are roosters, unfortunately. But I was remiss, but I finally did. I posted it the other day. Wanted to show you that we've got a mama and her babies. Well, this is not the first time this has happened. And again, why I'm remiss to share these beautiful moments. Because at 1:30 today, while I'm finishing up the recording that I posted recently about Homeland Security and Karen Stewart's message to everybody, those 4 babies ran onto my porch and they were screaming. I remember this sound. They were screaming. I finish up my recording. I run out. I see the baby. The babies are screaming. They're running around literally like chickens without a head, you know. They're running around frantic. And I'm looking around and I don't see their mother anywhere. She's nowhere. She is always with those babies. She is a really protective mom. She sleeps with them. She follows them. She feeds them. She protects them from the roosters from morning till night. So at 1:30, approximately 1:30, that time, the mother disappears. She's nowhere. I look everywhere. There are no feathers. You know, usually an animal, if an animal nabs somebody, But I was busy recording, so you hear my voice. I did hear the birds cackling in the background. I didn't know what it was. I was finishing up the recording anyway. It turns out she was stolen. And the naysayers are going to say, oh, maybe an animal got her, maybe a fox got her, maybe. Well, I know how it works, you know. A mama who's protecting her babies, even if an animal were to try to get her, she would fight with all of her might. And there would be feathers everywhere. There was not one feather. Nowhere. Zero. It tells me a human, or one of those InfraGard operatives, or one of those private contractors, or one of their community-based agent morons that are camped out on my property, picked her up and walked away with her, left the baby screaming. And usually they do this, they're cloaked. So the naysayers are going to say, oh, it probably, some animal got them. No. You want to know how I know? I went into my cameras, and I've got cameras everywhere. And the two cameras that would have caught something like this, surprise, surprise. The camera footage, when I press replay, fast forwards by about 45 seconds. This is usually indicative of when the criminals have been on the property and don't want you to see who they are, cloaked or otherwise. Could you imagine the terror of an animal knowing, because animals are so intuitive and smart, sensing that there is something around, grabs your mother, but you cannot see them. You can't see them as a full person. Well, this is what happened today. The mother is gone. It's not the first time. A rooster was stolen right in front of my security camera, and the security camera was wiped clean by 20 minutes. I went into the nonprofit cat building. This is a couple of years ago. I walk out. I hear the chickens going nutso, and my rooster's gone in front of my house, in front of the security camera. This is what these criminals do. This is how they want to make you look insane and crazy, because they will do it in front of your security camera and turn it off, wipe it clean. This is military-grade technology. This is a military-grade psyop with your tax dollars. Do you think somebody like me or you can war against a group of fucking psychopaths with technology and impeccable timing, watching you, surveilling you 24/7? If I walk to my gate, by the time I get home, somebody could be in and out of my house, locked or unlocked. So this may not be happening to you, and lucky for you. It's not lucky for me. They use my animals to torture me. And what do you think is going to happen to that beautiful mama hen? She's probably freaking out. Stolen away from her babies. Her babies are screaming, we're wandering around. And knowing about the Luciferian sick Satanists and what they do to animals? So I'm going to tell everybody out there, you need to believe that this is happening. Just because it's not happening to you, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I'm going to tell you what they did yesterday, okay? Yesterday. So now I'm running around from building to building. It's nearing the time all the animals are going to sleep. The guineas, the baby guineas, they're wandering all over the place. I have to catch them with a net because they're crazy little animals, to get them inside. Get them inside and put them in their Rubbermaid box to keep them there until everybody gets in the coop. So again, I'm going from building to building. I come out of the cat's building or my house. I don't remember which one now. I go into the chicken coop. And their Rubbermaid box was tipped over tipped over, and all the babies were out running all over the place. They had run out of the coop, they were running in the coop, and their dish. This is how you know. This is how you know. Like somebody's going to say, oh, well, it probably just tipped over by itself. No, it doesn't tip over by itself. But their food dish in there, the little tray that I had in there, let me show you what happened to the tray. It appears as if a heat gun was used on their tray. This tray was perfectly flat, no holes in it. These are little teeny tiny guineas. They weigh nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't even think if I stuck them on a postage scale that they'd even register a half a pound. And I don't think they, not a half a pound, a half an ounce. So this is what happened as a result of the, here you look at that slice. A slice and a stab, and it's all warped, like with a heat weapon. So yesterday, as I am so friggin' busy here, do you have any idea what it's like to maintain all of this property and take care of all of these animals? And then to have somebody following you around, cloaked, while I'm in one building, go in and undo everything that I just did and place their lives in danger, and then destroy the dish with your tax dollars. Private contractors, Infraguard, Fusion Center operatives, agents. This is what they do. Do you think that a little guinea that weighs maybe 1/4 of an ounce did that? But anyway, so that is my rant on what is happening here. And I hope to be providing a testimony in the not too distant future, because while I've provided many, many testimonies about New Jersey, I haven't provided enough about Kentucky. I haven't provided enough about my neighbors or what is actually happening here. The fact that today I actually had to pick up witchcraft. Do you want to know what the witchcraft is? They take branches, they actually break them off of my trees, and they line the property with it. This is not naturally occurring. They line my property because they do their circle thing. They have to bind your property by planting weeds and creeping Charlie, because they're creepers. This is creeping Charlie. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is creeping Charlie. And watch what happens when I pull on it. Let's see. It's a creeping vine. It's a creeping vine. Look. It's a creeping vine. And they planted it around my entire driveway. Yeah. Do you have any idea how hard this is to get up? Everything that I have spent, everything I have done here to beautify this property has been deliberately sabotaged and damaged. Between my driveway, my gate, the rocks over there, half of the rocks were dumped into the creek. My driveway is all torn up by the criminals diagonally across the street here. Oh, and by the way, that creeper, you know, the pool guy with the orange truck, guess where he was hanging out yesterday? There was absolutely no reason for him to turn around in my driveway, but it appears as if he has a relationship with the Zoom boy on, I can't say the name of the street. He seems to have a relationship with the Zoom boy because I saw him driving out of there. And of course, he was driving out when I was in my field. He wouldn't have driven out any other time. It was just a coincidence that I was able to see where he was driving from. So for all those people out there, those naysayers, and all the stalkers, I'm going to say it again. I am one of the sanest people you will ever meet. The friends that I've had long term will attest to the fact that not only was I good, loyal, devoted friends, but I am about as sane can be, regardless of what you do to me. I promise, and you could ask my ex-husband, it took about 3 years. After I told my ex-husband that I was going to divorce his ass one day, he laughed at me. He laughed. Like, I actually visualize it in my mind's eye right now, telling him at the top of the stairs of 52 Sutton Drive that one day I was going to divorce his ass, and he laughed. 3 years later, when I filed for divorce, he wasn't laughing. So when I say I'm going to do something, you can mark my words, I'm going to do it. You never know when it's going to happen. Of course, I'm being surveilled now, so they'll obviously know when it's going to happen. But if this property doesn't sell, and if you continue to fuck with my property and destroy it, I promise you, I will sue everybody in this town, everybody who's participated, everybody who threatens all of my workers. I will subpoena all of my workers. I will subpoena every one of your asses, including your kids. And I will make sure that I get back every penny that I put into this property if this property doesn't sell. And that goes for you, county lawyer and sheriff. You're all on the list. You put me on a list, you put me on a hit list, you're on my hit list. And don't think I haven't forgotten about Muckrock and the stealing of 41 public FOIA records, because I filed a complaint against the county lawyer. I filed a complaint against the county lawyer with the Kentucky Division of Consumer Affairs Criminal Division with Daniel Cameron, well, who's no longer the Attorney General. We've got somebody new now. But after that, I guess they must have contacted the county lawyer and said, WTF? WTF, do you know that this woman has a valid complaint against you? Well, guess what? Somebody contacted Muckrock. And they disabled my account at all those 41 FOIA requests over 3 years that I paid for. My money was not refunded. And I sent Muckrock a certified letter, which they never signed for. They didn't return it back as undeliverable. However, I did send them a regular USPS mail. That never came back to me. So I know they received it. They also received an email. So Muckrock appears to be in bed with, and censors. They claim to not censor government information. That is a crock of BS. All it takes is a phone call. All it takes is a phone call from your friendly county lawyer to Muckrock. And they'll get rid of your account too, because they don't want it public. They don't want all the information public that I requested. All the information that I requested of our local government and all of the perpetrators around here. They don't want it made public about their gang stalking activities. They don't want it made public about all the vandalism reports, the tearing down of my gate. But I'll tell you right now, if my property doesn't sell and I file a lawsuit, it's going to be extremely public. You're not going to get away with it this time, losers. So you better not interfere with the sale of my property, because I promise I will sue everybody. Everybody, you'll be all named. And I will look forward to deposing you and subpoenaing you and interviewing you and getting interrogatories and having a jury of my peers. Especially when they see how my gate was torn down and how Judge did nothing about it. Talk about corrupt. So this is just another rant on June 1st, 2024. My hen was stolen. I call her Mama. Mama was stolen. She was stolen right here. She was stolen here, and my camera that would have caught it was fast forwarded. Fast forwarded. She's gone. And her babies were screaming and wandering around like nutsos. I've seen this before. They've done it before. Every time they see a family that I have here of animals, they will steal one. So anyway, it rained here. It rained for about, I don't know, half an hour. Everything got soaking wet. I was trying to cut the grass, and obviously we didn't get to this far. But look at my girls here. They're all waterlogged. They're grooming themselves. Oh no. Oh no. We've got an assault going on here. The roosters have antsies and the pansies. But anyway. But I hope everybody's doing well on this June 1st. And please leave a comment down below. Share if you feel inclined to do so. And if you have had any of your pets stolen or harmed, please leave a comment down below. And feel free to visit my Facebook page. I'm not on Facebook very much, so if you write me there, you probably won't get a response for weeks. But I created a Facebook page called Targeted Pets about 7 years ago. I haven't updated it. I haven't updated it with all the other animals that they have destroyed here. It's really too much. But you can go there and scroll down and see some of the photos there. And I hope to be posting another video about what happened to me when I lived in Manalapan, New Jersey with the feral cat cartel. Because you truly won't believe it until I read it to you. You truly won't believe that this goes on in animal rescue. You truly won't believe that there are the most disgusting, despicable people at the top of some animal feral cat organizations. You will have no idea until you hear my letter. But this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I'm finished with my rant. Thank you for listening. Share if you feel inclined to do so. I'm going to sign off for now.